I didn't have to dig too far. I pulled out the dough hooks, and then right next to it was the little baggie that has the forks that I sold. I am starting to cross-post all of that blue glass items that I have. Starting with eBay, putting them on Etsy, Poshmark, knickknacks.net. I am also listing up some of my clothing items. And other vintage glass. A few more of the blue glass items. Remember, I had gotten an entire bin of the blue glass. There was 36 items. I initially was doing whatnot sales with them, and after I was done with that, I put them all in the buy it now of the whatnot area, and now I'm cross-posting. I just had to get these cute glasses up, and this little guy. I sold a Fiesta teacup and saucer, a green one. But as you can see, I have two green ones here. One is seagrass color and the other one is chartreuse. So I'm going to have to get them both out and take a look and make sure I ship out the correct one. I got them both out and I split them up on my shelf here. This one is different. That is a much older mark. It's got the small F on it too. Now the saucer that came with it is modern with the big F on the Fiesta. But it is a slightly different color green than this one. Let me show you what this one looks like. This one has the big F. Oh my goodness, I'm always knocking things into each other. And that one also has the big F. And this plate matches that other one except for the color. And you're not going to be able to differentiate on the video here. I think I would have to take them both up and put it in natural light. And then you'd be like, oh, they are different colors. This is the one that sold. I got it at a garage sale for $1. And I sold it for $6.99 plus shipping on eBay. The second item I sold is in this bag. It's some vintage forks. I gotta dig them out and show them to you. And then I have somebody asking me questions about this set. So I'm gonna bring them both over so I can answer that person's question on eBay and then ship out my sold of the two forks. I didn't have to dig too far. I pulled out the dough hooks, and then right next to it was the little baggie that has the forks that I sold. Back in, they go. I love having my flatware in this clear bin that zippers shut. Now, I recently bought 20 pounds, over 20 pounds of flatware on my trip to Nebraska. And I can't shut that with one hand. And I also had bought some more at a garage sale. And I have some more that I completely forgot about. That is going to be part of this video, is me going around my house. In lieu of shopping at a thrift store, I'm going to be thrifting my house for items that you may or may not have seen. Some of it you guys have never seen in a haul video. Some of it is from my daughter. She had gotten it at the bins and I just never showed it to you guys, and it was at her house forever. She was going to list it. She didn't. It came to my house and it's been sitting in my house for a long time, but I do have to get them listed. You can never sell them if you don't list them. So that is also going to be included in this video as I show you my solds, and then my thrift with me is going to be thrifting my home. These are both Marcrest, but they are mix match. Slightly different patterns. This one has a line on it. This one doesn't. I paid 66 cents for the pair of them. These are vintage, made in the USA, and I sold them on eBay for $9.99 plus shipping. I just love picking up vintage flatware, but just about any flatware sells. A lot of the items right here on my table were items that I had in my blue glass whatnot shows, and I listed those all up in the Buy It Now area, and I'm slowly starting to cross-post them, as you saw earlier in the video. But I actually sold this one. It is the Thunderbird. It's glass here and plastic on the end where it moves. That's how you open the bottle. It says Deep Woods Thunderbird 1955. It's an aftershave bottle. It's empty. I bought that big giant blue bin of glassware. Each piece out of that lot that I bought is $1.39, and I sold this for $3 plus shipping on whatnot. It brings my grand total for that whole bin up to $52. I paid $50 for it, so I'm over that dollar amount. That's not including fees. I'm just keeping track of the total sales. I'm going to start that private pick right here in this corner. This bag, oh, you can hear it's glass in there, has been sitting here for a long time, and I kept thinking, I gotta grab that bag and list those items up. Or every time my daughter came down, I was like, oh, she can help me list the items up. She helps me sometimes. Can you see what's in there? They are beautiful. They're the little votive holders. They're all diamond point. They're all different colors. Let me take them upstairs and we can get a better look at them. There's so many. I'm trying to pick out different colors of them. There's green, that cobalt blue, the amber color. Oh, there's a light, like, oh my gosh, turquoise color of these. Let me just get them all out. These are vintage votive holders. So you put your votive candle in there, and this part goes into a candlestick holder, like for tapered candles. So if you have a, you know, tapered candlestick, you can just put these in there and then put your votives, either the electric ones or real ones, in. And these would be so pretty. Look how nice these look. They are in super good condition. And some of them have this like rubber like gripper on them. Some of them don't. I noticed this one says made in Mexico. Now they're dirty. They need a little cleaning. Like there's a little bit of stuff on them. This is exactly how she found them at the bins, and she was paying, like, I think it was I remember it works out to be like 8 cents an ounce is what it works out to be. So I just have to weigh them to let you know like how much she actually paid for them. So I need to clean them up, and then I will start listing these. I was at a thrift store recently, and I've never seen them actually in something, but it was like a 4 candle holder, like it was like for a tabletop. It was like leaves and things that you would put the tall tapered candles in, but instead of that, they had 4 of these in. They were matching, like say these amber ones. It was like 4 of those together, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I've never seen these. And the only reason I didn't like really focus on it with filming and all that is I knew these were sitting in that bag downstairs. This is part of like a neglected like death pile issue we all have death piles. There's all things that you just keep listing up other things, or if you got something new, you want to get that listed up first. And then things that are older just keep getting older and older and older. But these are timeless. Now, it looks like the cobalt blue ones, instead of being like the diamond point, have more of like this bubble look to them. And I might be able to use like Google Lens and eBay Lens to figure out the makers and names of these. Okay, I did a little research, and the avocado one and this cobalt blue one, and I'm sure the rest of them, they're all coming back as home interiors or home co. So that is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to maybe look to see about this one. Might be a little bit different. Made in Mexico. And I'm not sure price point. I'm probably going to lot them up by color. Like do the green diamond points together. There's 3 of those. This one is the hobnail. There's 4 of the amber diamond point, 1 of those. And then there's 3 of the hobnail of the cobalt blue. I have been doing so much thrifting, going out to thrift stores, garage sales. Of course, I'm doing my reseller meetups. I'm doing the bins. And that creates a huge backlog. I don't want to have a huge death pile. I want to keep working at it. I was listing things up along the way. Like if I did a thrift haul, I was listing up at least a couple of the items, sometimes all of the items. But I'm still way, way behind. So I actually took a knee here in July and have not sourced anything in July. I'm not even counting this as sourcing in July. This has just been sitting around. There's more items I will be getting to. I'll be showing that in future videos. Even that garage sale video that came out just recently where I got all of those owl items, that actually was in June. That was right after I got back from Nebraska and Kansas. I happened to see that garage sale sign and I bought those few items. That was in June. So I have not spent any money sourcing for the entire month of July. Now, July is not over, but I'm going to keep to my promise. And then I'm going to be sourcing again in August. It's not like I'm not going to source again. I am. And I'm just going to keep listing. I want to reach my listing goal. And of course, what's been happening is the more I list, the more I'm selling. So that makes it a little bit harder, but I'd rather have that problem than to have a huge death pile that isn't earning me any money. For part of my Christmas in July, I'm going to be listing up some of my Christmas sweaters, but I had to get them all out of the closet because I sold some items and they're so far back in the closet. I had to move these out of the way so I can dig back into the back corner of my closet. Let's go get my solds. This is what I'm talking about. This hanging clothes, and there's another rack back there, but there's things down, let me point down this way. So I have to kind of come through. Let me push my way through here. And there's a bag back here. Oh, I think I see it. There's a bag back here that's full of plush. I'm going to have to dig it out and I'll show you what's sold. Okay, here we are. Let's get this open. So I'm going to pull out things that are not, these did not sell. But this sold. This teddy bear sold. Put him back there. And the other teddy bear sold. Don't they look cute together? Sitting here in my light box. I was on a ski trip and my daughter and I found out that there was a thrift store that we could walk to, and of course I had to go. And they had a giant bin full of plush. Everything was 25 cents. So I immediately grabbed these because they were big and they're cute with their little hats and scarves. and I had them listed up at every price point on eBay. Everyone else seems to be selling plush so easily, but for whatever reason, these are called Hug Fun International, or at least that one is. Everyone else seems to sell plush so easily, and this one is called Gentle Treasures. But I just could not sell these. I don't know, maybe because I don't just do plush. But anyways, I put these up on auction and decided to see what happens. So I put them up for $3.99, starting the auction at $3.99, and somebody bid on them right away, both of them right away, and they won both. So it's one buyer. So I paid 25 cents, and I sold them for $3.99 each, plus shipping. So I had a total of 4 items that sold. The 2 teddy bears I just showed you, and I have 2 more items. One is right here. I just recently sold the other one of these. It's made by Hall. Let me take that over, and then the other item, oh yes, it is here. It's behind the bunnies. Oh, let me put this up over here. It is right there. I'll very carefully get it out. And this is a Wheaton Inkwell bottle. Here's the 2 items that sold besides the 2 teddy bears. This is a vintage Hall pitcher with its classic blue and pink. It has a yellow flower. It's double-sided. It's in really good condition. It says Hall on there. It's very, very faint, but it does. The other one, you can actually see it better. So I recently just sold that one. I paid $1.91 for this and sold it for $13.99 plus shipping. So I've been listing up a lot of items. I'm trying to build up my eBay store. My goal is to get to 600 listings now that I've upgraded my store. And I just listed this yesterday, and it sold yesterday. It's a Wheaton, it says Wheaton, New Jersey. That's upside down. It says it's Wheaton, New Jersey. And they made these little inkwells in lots of different colors. But this is part of that blue glass bin that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I paid $1.39 for each of the items in there. And I sold this for $16 plus shipping. I actually got an offer for that. I had it listed slightly higher. And someone made me an offer and I accepted it. So I am tracking how much I am making off of that giant purchase off of Facebook Marketplace. There was like 36 items. I paid $50 and I have sold a few pieces already. And I'm up to $68 so far. I'm just doing the sale price, not minusing out fees and things like that. So I'm in the good so far on that purchase. I do have a lot of these small boxes that my friends give me, but it's still way too big for something this tiny. So I cut this one and I'm going to Frankenbox it together here. Oh, I think I want to push it more like that. I bring it right out to the edge. Anyways, you kind of get the gist of it. I'm going to make my own little box. Then I'll wrap this up and fit that in there. I made my Frankenbox a little bit bigger than that inkwell because I knew I was going to be wrapping it up like that. But I also want to put like a lot of packing material, make like a nest, and make sure it's completely secured in the box. I saw this out on the street while taking a walk, and I just had to take a picture and share it with you guys. It's a flower truck. Now I'm back to listing. Is it too early for Halloween? And I'm also doing Christmas in July, all the holidays. The links to all of my selling platforms and social media platforms are down below in the description in my link tree. If you do visit my shops, make sure to favorite them. It makes it easier to come back to them. I hope you have a good day.